moving right along.
We got one left, and we got a little bit of a shocker.
Big time. Washington.
We got a little bit of a shocker with a team that none of us thought had a chance with Washington, D.C. Capitals.
I definitely thought they had a chance. I kind of predicted this to a T.
Did you?
Remember I said that the Florida Panthers are
basically
basically the 2019 Tampa Bay Lightning.
I apologize.
You did, G. You did. I mean, it's not over yet, but you did say that. And yeah,
G might get first star of this podcast with his predictions and what's been going on.
Thank you.
It's not over yet. It's not over yet. So let's get the series breakdown.
Pulled off a huge game one upset, then took it on the chin in game two. Like, okay, this is how it's supposed to be. But then they pummeled the Cats in game three. I mean, I talked about Bobrovsky going into the playoffs. He's only won one series his whole playoff career. Right now, he's 1-2, save percentage 904, goals against 303. But like to take the quote from Burnett, where is it right here? They've outcompeted us, outwilled us pretty much in every puck battle, every area. Some we're going to have to figure out here. Like he knows basically the Capitals are just outplaying fucking Florida. Pretty much, right, Biz?
So Laviolette, great coaching. He made that adjustment where based on all the video they watched, they said a lot of the way that Florida generates their offense is through the neutral zone. So we talked about LA and how they went to the system they did this year to really clog people through the neutral zone. They adapted that. You saw Ovechkin, and I made the comparison going into this series. It's like, is Florida the President's Trophy team like Washington was, that when they get to playoffs, they maybe can't alter their games and make changes in order to get over the hump? Well, Ovi's sitting back in the neutral zone, beautiful poke check on Uyghur, and then Kuznetsov goes and ties it. And they didn't alter their game plan, even though they got spanked in game two either. And in fact, in that first period, I think even after having a power play late in that first, they only had 2 shots on net. So game two wasn't on the Caps team. I thought it was more on the fact that Vanacek just wasn't very good. So all of a sudden the storyline changed from, Florida takes it on the chin in game one to, okay, Washington goaltending. So I'm like, okay, they're going to roll them now. It's going to be done in 5 games. Joke's over. Well, I said it. 6 of the 16 teams coming into playoffs used a 2-goalie system all season long. Washington being one of those teams where they really didn't even have a choice, Whit, because at
39-39 they had this year, those two games played. And
I think shakiness throughout at least half of the season for each of them. So going into playoffs, Laviolette's comments to the media were, it's anybody's net. So Vanacek must have had a stronger end to the season. He starts it out. He let that third goal was the backbreaker, in my opinion, the one that Marchment scored, 5-hole off the rush. Game was over after that, even though Washington was putting up a fight. But then they go to Samsonov at home, and then they fucking give it right back to Florida on the chin. But 29 comebacks this year for the Florida Panthers, NHL record in games where, you come out, you play it a little loose. If we lose one, we're already rolling now. Who cares, But, hey, we know we're going to come back. And these ones, hey, boys, fuck, we've done it 20 times. Well, guys, you're playing against not only a very experienced team who has a core who has got over the hump, you can't just necessarily turn it on like that in playoffs. That's not how it works. Maybe, you might have one of those during a run, maybe 2. Well, keep flirting with it. You're going to see what happens. You're going to see a team who had goalie question marks coming in, and now no Tom Wilson. They lost one of their most valuable playoff players, and now up 2-1 in the series against the President's Trophy winner, who rattled 13 fucking wins off to end the season. This would be like a colossal loss for Florida if they lose this series. What would be able to propel that fan base and growing hockey if they fucking blow this after having the season they did? I think it's far more costly than when Washington was doing it multiple times. This would be colossal to the Florida Panther organization if they fucking fumble the ball here.
I picked Florida, but after seeing the first 3 games, I wouldn't be surprised. And the thing about Florida is all year you wondered, can this style play win in the playoffs? Like, is this the type of hockey that can get it done? And right now it looks like no. It looks like a team that, averaged over 4 goals a game. All of a sudden they go a little dry and things tighten up, and they're not the same team. And I don't understand. Biz, explain to me how Ekblad goes out and Florida goes to a 5-forward power play unit for the rest of the season, and they light it up, and the power play is doing phenomenal. And yes, it's the playoffs and 5 forwards, but Ekblad comes back and you immediately put him back in, and their power play sucks. It's like sometimes I swear to God, the amount of overthinking that goes into this stuff is just shocking because, yes, Ekblad was a great power play player. He still is, and the power play was great when he got injured. But you can't be switching things up at the end of the regular season right as you go into playoffs. And now Washington's power play, who I think was 23rd in the regular season, they look way better than the best power play in the league, or one of them. So it's little things and special teams. It's special teams and goaltending in the playoffs over and over, year after year. It doesn't change. So Florida, as a team that's run and gun, it can come back and can light up man advantages, and now all of a sudden they can't. You got to wonder how this series ends up going. I do think Florida bounces back and wins Game 4. I'd be surprised if they don't even this series up. But the way it started off is certainly alarming because the same way we also shouted out Crosby in his Game 3 performance, Ovechkin was no different. He had a rocket one-timer goal. I don't know how he's left that wide open. Same exact Ovechkin goal we've seen a million times from the top of the circle. He ran over Achari, Barkov, Huberdeau, Forsling, just a man on a mission, the same way Sid was. Probably also thinking, time's coming to an end at some point here. How many more chances do I have? Everyone picked against us. But Florida right now is looking like a team that isn't comfortable playing playoff hockey, right? In Game 2, they were great, but I don't know. It's one of those things where the regular season becomes so easy, and you see a team have so much success and so many smiles, and the entire year you're not really dealing with any adversity besides losing Ekblad. And from then on, you ended up going on a run that was, I think, as good as any other team had throughout the entire season. So it's different hockey, and I don't know how they're going to kind of come back. And they can win this series, but can Florida win the Cup with the way they play? I don't know. I don't think so.
So, Whit, to ask you, if you got the ability where you get a mulligan on a series call, you would say that right now you would switch your pick to Washington over Florida? Because if I had one right now,
Wilson's tough. No, Wilson's tough as this series goes longer. So no, I'm not going to switch being down 2-1. But I'll say this. If I was 100% confident when I made the pre-series pick, I'm at like 62% now.
All right. Anything you're seeing in that series? I just the most worrisome part was the frustration that Washington is causing Florida, and the undisciplined penalties they took in that Game 3. It was just like Duclair shooting the glove at the guy, like
dumb,
just like complete brain fart. And then I don't know who, somebody ran somebody from behind where it was just a blatant.
Did Bennett do something? Bennett looks like he's on edge all the time. I don't know. It's good in a way, but
too much pawn hockey going on for Florida. They got to tighten it up. I'm done with it. RA, what do you think?
I mean, the power play is killing them. 0 for 9 on the power play for the series so far. I mean, when you got that much firepower and you can't get it done, it's going to kill you every single time. Also, Game 3 was the first time they've scored 1 goal or fewer since back January 21st. But, that's why it's a new season of playoffs, man. Like, you're talking about Peter Laviolette, the guys take I think 3 teams to the Stanley Cup, 1-1. He's got a lot more coaching experience than Brunette, which something maybe we underestimated before. And Brunette's done a great job. Obviously, he's probably going to win the Jack Adams, but Laviolette's got 15, 20 years on him as a coach. That team has way more experience than Florida. So yeah, I think maybe we all, and not just us on this show, other shows, maybe underestimated what the fortitude of Washington and how much character they have, because this team won the Cup 3 years ago, and there's still a shitload of guys from that team. So I mean, hats off to the fucking Capitals for what they've been doing. And Willie, hope you're feeling better, buddy. I hate to see the guy out. I love watching him play. So.
I love watching them blow guys up too. Hey, and if we're speaking of mulligans, Whit, Washington's fan base, they've been nice to me, even though I completely wrote them off. So I apologize. The fact that I never gave you guys a chance and I said you guys were donezo in the first round, didn't matter who you played. I'm a fucking loser. I'm an idiot. What's the saying, Whit, when you said it the other day from the movie? I'm an idiot. I stink. I suck. What was that from?
from Happy Gilmore when he's apologizing to Chubbs, trying to get him to coach him again so he can get his grandmother's house back.
I'm putting the Happy Gilmore hat on today. I'm a fucking moron, Washington fans. I'm not apologizing to any other fan bases today.